your emergency?
There's a woman. There's a body.
A woman's body, sir?
She's here. But not all of her. Not all of her.
Calm down, sir. Can you tell me if the woman is breathing?
She has her tail. She has no face.
I'm Ingrid Mendoza, and you're in Killer Country. This week, we're diving into the bizarre death of Mirabel Diaz. Mirabel dreamed of becoming a Hollywood actress, but trapped in the small seaside town of Mystic Bay, Florida, her options were limited. She'd book an occasional used car commercial or a clown at a child's birthday party. But legitimate opportunities were few and far between. Eventually, however, Mirabel found a path to acting in an unexpected place, Wild Tides Water Park. There, Mirabel donned a long silver tail and a shimmering tube top. 5 days a week, rain or shine, she'd swim in a massive glass tank, smiling at tourists and posing for pictures. At Wild Tides, Mirabel became Miss Mirabel, the magic mermaid of Mystic Bay. Then, on August 24th, 2012, everything changed. Hurricane Braden tore through Mystic Bay, destroying 65 homes, 34 Shake Shacks, and leaving at least one person missing: Mirabel Diaz. Frank Wild, the longtime owner of Wild Tides Water Park, was among the last to see her alive.
She was a pretty redhead. Some say she had web feet. She never wanted to talk. Now, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but she was a little cold. Snobby, you might say. When the hurricane was coming, I told her, "Hey, sweetie, you can stay with me. Because, you know, this place is a fortress. I got hurricane shutters, sandbags, the whole shebang. A bunker with a sauna, screening room, bowling alley. Regulation bowling alley, do you understand? Yeah, the real deal. Yeah, I told her. I got 2 months worth of beans. Yeah, all kinds of beans. Right? Black beans, kidney beans, pint-toe beans, lima beans, soybeans, jelly beans. Yeah, I was worried, you know, because she lived all by herself. I owned the building she lived in, and I knew it was, I knew she wouldn't have beans. But she told me she'd be okay on her own. Maybe if she just stayed at my place. You know, you wonder what might have been. But she said no, she didn't even like beans.
I spoke with Frank at his home over 3-bean salad. From where we sat on an expansive back patio festooned with marble statues of dolphins, women, and dolphin women, we could see the very top of Wild Tide's Megalodon Mega Twister. It's a massive water slide, just over 100 feet tall, that shoots park visitors into the waiting jaws of a fiberglass megalodon.
Please, this park employs half the damn town easily. We added that big slide, the friggin' orcas. It's a sight to see, especially the mermaids. And Mirabel, well, she was the most popular one. You really just never think of something happening to a girl like that in a place like this. Well, except for that time when those kids got eaten during the alligator parade. Or the time the clowns went feral. Oh, or that time when the old guy...
Behind us, something bumps. Hard. Against a glass wall.
Don't mind her. That's Cannellini. Here, girl. Come here. Come on, sweet bean.
Frank Wild, heir to the Wild Bean Company fortune, is an avowed animal lover. His home, a concrete monolith rising from the steaming marsh, includes a massive glass pyramid teeming with all sorts of aquatic marvels, including, most notably, a 6-foot albino alligator named Cannellini. He also owns a narwhal, 7 dolphins, roughly 16 flamingos, 3 tigers, 7 pythons, a wild boar, and several ostriches. Most are named after beans. Frank goes on.
I used to have a whole mess of macaws, too. But every hurricane, more of them escaped. Sometimes I still see them flying over the house. I guess they wanted to be free. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, she was a nice girl. Sometimes. And it's a shame what happened.
Jessa Lynn Garcia, another mermaid at Wild Tides Water Park, remembers Mirabelle a bit differently.
She was just sweet as pie. She really was. And such a pretty little thing. For a brunette? Oh, except for the gills. She was always giving me real nice tips, about what to do with my clothes or my hair. She'd come up to me while we'd be putting our tails on and say something like, "Oh, Jessalyn, you would look so good as a blonde." Or, "Oh, Jessalyn, don't go to that Shake Shack on August 24th. I had a vision." And, she was always the second runner-up at pageants. Almost Miss Key Lime Pie. Almost the Orange Blossom Queen. Almost Ambassador to Kazakhstan. People don't realize it, but it takes a lot of character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, I admired Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know, my children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have, so. Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over till she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer. Oh, so gifted. I was never like that. I mean, everyone's different. Some of us are more into the artistry of it all. I'm a Wild Tides Water Park mermaid because I believe it's important to provide families with wholesome, all-ages entertainment at an affordable price. But others, they like the attention. Not that I'm blaming her for what happened. Gosh, no. She was a nice person. She didn't deserve that. Not at all. You just never think something like that would happen in a teeny little teensy-weensy town like Mystic Bay. I mean, besides that time that poor boy was pushed into that hydraulic press, or that old man who spontaneously combusted in the public parking lot. But other than that, you just never
Welcome
think
to
of bad
today's
stuff happening
guided
here.
meditation session.
It was so sad
I'm
what
so
happened
glad
to
you're
her.
here.
Of course, we all
For the next
suspected
20
Jared.
minutes,
He was
I'll be
weird.
guiding you
He
towards
followed her
seeking
around like a
peace
puppy.
in times of
A
chaos.
weird puppy.
Mirabelle's
invite you to
disappearance
find a
left a
comfortable
mark on the
position,
minuscule
be
town
it
of
in a
Mystic
chair,
Bay,
on the
with
floor,
search missions
or on a
tampered
cushion.
by downed power lines and
Be
felled
sure to
trees.
sit up straight,
As days
your
turned into
arms
weeks,
resting
the town's
comfortably on your
optimism
lap,
began
your
to
palms
fade.
facing down.
That said, losing hope is
If
something
you're
of a
seated
custom
in a
for
chair,
residents of Mystic
I
Bay.
invite you to place
For
both
years,
feet
competing
firmly
theme
on the
parks,
ground.
virus outbreaks, daylight savings,
If you're
and
seated
a
on the
quickly
floor
shifting
or
culture
on a cushion,
led to a
I
downturn
encourage you
in
to
park
position
numbers.
yourself in
Hey,
such a
come
way
on now.
that you
Wild
feel
Tides
fully
is still
grounded
top quality.
and supported.
Some of the best damn entertainment in the state.
I'll
I don't
give
care
you a
what
few more
anyone
seconds
thinks, right?
to find the position
But the fact
that's
of the
right
matter
for
is,
you.
kids don't go for that anymore. Yeah, they'd rather be on their phones playing Candy Crush or
Ready?
Roblox Adopt
Let's
Me,
begin.
neal.fun, and
You
at a
can
park with
close
their
your
folks.
eyes, or just
So,
let your vision
people
gradually
stopped
soften.
coming. And then,
Whichever is best
of
for
course,
you.
that's when they found her.
Let's start by focusing on our breath.
Or what was left of her.
Now,
What was left
may
of
be other
Mirabelle
things
was
vying
found
for your
by
attention.
Jared Holt on November
Sound,
15th, 2012,
smell,
3 months after
traffic,
she went missing.
children.
That's his voice you heard in the 911 call at the top of the episode.
She
Keyboards
has her
clicking.
tail.
Footsteps
She
down the
has
hall.
no face.
When Chipko
Hydraulic
County Police
presses.
arrived at the scene, they discovered
A
a
hum
grisly
and drone
sight.
of electrical
Mirabelle
appliances.
Diaz, lodged in the jaws of the Megalodon
If the
Megatwister,
sound
her
of
mermaid
thought should
tail
try to pull your
curled
attention
daintily
away,
beneath her on the
that's
ancient
all right.
beast's pink
Just
fiberglass
simply
top.
bring your focus
The
back
park's
to your
earliest
breathing.
attendees, a group of school children from the St. Brendan the Navigator
Now,
Institute for Marine
let's
Biology,
breathe in for 3
followed
counts,
Jared's gaze,
allowing your
the park's
chest
famed
and belly
mermaid
to
staring
expand
back at them.
fully.
That is, if she could have stared back. Jessalyn Garcia remembers
That's
the
good.
day vividly.
Now
Oh, he
hold
was
your
all
breath
cat
for
and
3
tonic when he
counts.
first saw her. You know, like he couldn't move or blink or say a single word. Oh, poor thing. He
Well
just
done.
stood there, looking
Next,
into the hole where her
release your
face
breath
had
from your
been.
mouth
It
with
was
an
all
audible sigh for
sunk
6
in.
counts.
A
Ready?
pit. No offense to Mirabelle, but I think it was the worst I've ever seen her look. And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's
Very good.
That's what's so sad about it.
Now,
November is always a slow
do that
month.
again.
The water's cold, the sun
Breathe
sets
in.
early. It's peak season for the
1,
flesh-eating algae that
2,
sometimes grows on the lazy river
3.
inner tubes. But we
And
lost
4.
so much money
1,
because of the storm that we were all just so
3.
excited for the park to
and
open
now
back up
gently
again.
breathe out with a
And
sigh.
someone had just up and shoved poor little old Mirabelle into the big old shark's mouth. How's that for
Good.
taking the steak right out of your popsicle?
One last time.
Now, Jessalyn
Focus
had
on
a
the breath.
pretty good idea of
How
who
it
was
feels
responsible.
filling your lungs.
But first,
And how it feels flowing out, back into the world.
speaking of popsicles,
There
when's
is
the last
always
time you
stillness
enjoyed
to
a
be found
mouthful of
here.
fresh, home-cooked
The peace
food?
amid
Between
the
work and
chaos.
errands, there's never time to cook a proper meal. That's where Dinner Dash comes in. Dinner Dash is a weekly meal delivery service focused on fresh, organic ingredients with recipes chosen by real chefs. Best of all, Dinner Dash meals never expire. Using our secret technology, we have made eggs that
Wonderful.
last forever.
Now
Get
that you've
20%
begun to
off your
relax,
first Dinner Dash
let's
weekly meal
continue
kit
to
with
bring your
code
focus
KILLER20.
further
Dinner Dash, meals
If you
that are
experience
eternal.
a distracting
Back
thought,
to the case.
just let it pass.
Here's Jessalyn.
Now, the
Errands,
first thing you gotta understand
obligations.
about Mystic Bay is
Let
that
them
it's a
all
small
fall
town.
away.
Real
Just
small.
quietly bring your
Itty bitty.
focus back
So
to
everyone
your
knows
breathing.
everyone here. I
To
went
your
to school
body.
with Jared and Mirabelle, worked
your
alongside them
inner
here at the
peace.
park. And Jared,
Your breath
well, I can say
is
this
your
right because I
anchor.
know him.
It is
He's
your
probably
peace
just about
in
the
times of
worst
chaos.
mascot we've ever had.
Whenever you
The only
stray
reason he
or
kept his
become
job is because
distracted,
no one else wanted to wear the
just
costume.
return to your
And when I
breath.
say he wanted to wear the costume, I mean he really, really,
Now,
really,
I want you
really
to
wanted to
picture a
wear the
string
costume.
that runs from
Like,
the top of your head
really,
to the soles of your feet.
like,
Follow the string in your
You've
mind,
got mail.
moving your awareness down
God-honoring
through the length of the body.
way.
Allow each part to relax and soften. If you'd like,
Jared
if you're
Holt
got
had
mail.
dressed as Wild Tide's
Slowly
water
release
park's
from the
iconic
Feel
mascot,
free to
Manny
adjust
the
your
Manatee,
position anytime
since
for relaxed
dropping out
meditation.
of Mystic Bay High School
If you
in
feel any discomfort during this
You've
process,
got mail.
simply take
His
note of it.
costume
Observe
consisted
the
of
sensation.
a massive suit
You've got
carved
mail.
of fleece
Note
and
the feeling,
foam,
and then move
complete
on.
with flippers, a floppy headpiece,
Let's begin.
and Manny's signature
We'll start at
orange
the crown of your head,
flip-flops.
relaxing the scalp.
All told,
As
the
you move
costume
down,
weighed in
relax
at a
You've got
staggering
mail. You've got mail.
140 pounds
Let tension melt
and
away
was
from
said to
your
have
temples.
reached internal temperatures of up to 100
Allow the lips to
degrees,
soften.
310 Kelvin in the
Relax your
searing
tongue, letting it
Florida
float to the roof
heat.
of your mouth. And
Past
now,
Manny the
loosening the
Manatees
muscles
have
and
been
muscles
recorded
around your face.
passing out from the
You've
extreme
got
temperature,
mail.
including
You
one
tend to
Manny who, in 1973, collapsed
We all hold
face
tension
first
differently.
into a child's
The trick is
birthday
to observe the
cake,
way
and
the bodies react
another
without
who,
judgment or
in
bias.
1985,
Replacing stiffness and
became
tension
partially
with softness
baked
and peace.
within the suit while conducting a water
We
safety
continue down,
demonstration
softening
at
the
the park's
You've
swimming
got mail.
pool.
The
For
shoulders
years,
drop.
Wild
Your
Tide's
arms
water
become
park
heavy.
officials could
Then your
not
wrists,
find
your
workers
fingers.
willing to put on the suit.
The chest
Whoa,
expands.
whoa,
Filled
whoa,
with air.
whoa. Change the
Then relax.
design?
Breathe
Yeah,
out.
You've
no.
got mail.
No.
The belly, mouth,
Out of the question.
the hips and pelvis.
That Manny
slacken.
the Manatee suit was designed by my own
Thighs are pulled down
daddy,
towards
Frank
your chin. The
Wild
You've got
Senior
mail.
Jr. He had two
Relax.
dreams.
Down to the
To
calf
sell
position.
quality
Knees
beans
soft
at
You've got
affordable
mail.
prices across the continental
Reach down.
United States of America.
You've got mail.
And to make a true man-manatee hybrid he referred to as the humanity.
And exhale.
And that damn suit, that's the second closest he ever got to it.
You've got
so
mail.
No, I'd never change it. if you think the suit's too heavy or too stinky or too what have you,
Inhale, expanding
well,
the
that's a
chest and
personal failing.
and hold.
Man up.
And exhale with an
And
audible sigh.
manatee up.
If you find that your mind
Come
begins to
on,
wander,
change the
that's all
suit?
right.
What, are
Think of
you
your
kidding
as
me
a
with
plan.
this?
Otherwise,
You've got
You
mail.
could smell the
You
suit
can watch the
before
plan
you
go
saw
by.
You've got mail.
I'd say
Observe
it was
with a sense
closest
of
to.
curiosity.
You ever have a Florida-style pizza?
Every plan passes
Well,
through.
you take a
Sky is
handful
blue
of
and clear
saltine
once
crackers
again.
and sort of spread them out on
You
a
can
paper
observe,
plate with spray
notice,
cheese, turtle
always
jerky, and a little bit of
your
gas
breath.
station pickle,
Let your
and a
breath be your
sprinkle
guide.
in of boiled peanuts.
Your breath can
Just
always
leave
guide
it
you back
out for a
towards a
little
sense of
bitty
peace
bit,
at
let the
times of pain.
sunshine do its magic, and voila, you got yourself a meal. Now, it's delicious, but you're only smelling it for about a mile, 2 miles out if the wind hits just right.
You've
I
got
don't
mail.
eat that
You've
sort
got
of food,
mail.
personally. The Manny
You've
the
got
Manatee
mail.
soup smelled sort of like that.
You've
like
got mail.
Florida-style
Observing whatever
pizza.
comes up.
You've
Or
got mail.
rotten broccoli.
Despite the suit's numerous downsides, there was one person more than willing to don it around the park. Jared
To approach each
Holt.
sensation with neutral
Jared,
curiosity.
well,
We can use this
he
approach with our emotional
strayed
responses as
from
well.
the light of the
Taking note of
Lord.
any
I
feelings that
can
arise
tell you
throughout
that
that
much
day.
for nothing. Tampering with the divine
Frustration,
design.
inquisitiveness.
He had a lot of
There's no need to interrogate.
You've got mail.
predications.
There's no need to attach
He was
judgment.
You've
We
got
don't need
mail.
to assign
Buzz.
labels to these sensations.
I met with Jared Holt at the Chipco County Jail. It's a
lives are
small,
often fast-paced,
peach-colored
very
structure
screened,
across
people,
from
and
a former
responsibility
Sears
lies to our
Stern
attention.
Spirit
You
Halloween.
can sometimes feel that
I first learned about it
something
online.
exists outside of
I've
our
always
daily
liked to
lives.
draw. Kind
The
of.
truth is, that peace is accessible.
Funny animals.
We can
Or
try
animals
with
with,
us.
like,
We can tap into a sense of
bazooka
peace,
arms.
even when there is a
Just
well-worn
funny
idea.
stuff, you know?
We can
Whatever
always
pops into
observe
my
and take
head.
note of our bodies.
Like maybe
Yeah,
I'll draw a
flow,
manatee
collaborate.
with big muscles and bazooka
We can take a
arms.
few seconds.
Or
You've got
maybe I'll feel
mail.
more like drawing a bazooka that shoots out manatees
got
with,
mail.
really huge muscles. There's
An
a lot of
approach that
symbolism
You've
there
got
if you think
mail.
about it.
Slowing down and
Not that a
observing
lot
the
of people
subtle
think about
signs
it.
letters.
I have a
By
real
approaching
respect
ourselves
for all
sensations with mindfulness,
sirenians.
we can start to make sense
That's the term
of
for
the
aquatic
facts.
mammals like manatees and
Peace
dugongs,
is
by the
ready to
way.
be found. Even in
Sirenian.
times of stress.
You know,
Amid the
like a
bustle of
siren,
lives,
like a
our
mermaid.
busy lives.
You know, they think sailors invented mermaids because they saw manatees out in the water and fell in love with them.
And exhale.
I asked Jared whether his appreciation for
You've got
Sirenians
mail.
extended to Mirabelle. He grows quiet, sullen, and then
Mirabelle, no. I don't think of her that way.
Let's sit for a moment and observe
She was
our
pretty,
natural
sure.
breathing.
Long, pinkish hair, cross-eyed. She was a friend to me.
Where do you feel
Nothing
your
less,
breath the
nothing
most?
more.
In your
After
chest?
all, she was
Your
the
belly?
one to pull me out of
You
that
may
pool
feel an
trade.
expansiveness across your rib
the
cage, even your
incident
shoulders.
to which Jared is
That's
referring
quality.
occurred in June of 2001 and has since become
There's no
local
runway
legend
for
around the microscopic
Observe
town of
curiosity.
Mystic Bay.
You've got
Jared
mail.
Holt, then 19, had gone on break.
A place of rest.
Like many Wild Tide Water Park workers, fighting the miasmic heat of a June afternoon with can after can of fluorescent yellow alcoholic energy drinks, he suffered a lapse in judgment. Against park rules, he stripped off his heavy mascot suit and, accompanied by several other intoxicated park employees,
There is a
dove
lake.
into the
Its
inviting
waters perfectly
aqua-colored
still.
waters of the Wild
The blue sky
Tide
is reflected in
wave
the lake.
pool.
You've got
You
mail.
watch a cloud pass.
Jessa
come to
Lynn,
the landscape
like
here.
nearly everyone else in the
got mail.
unbelievably tiny town of Mystic Bay, has heard every detail of what transpired that fateful afternoon.
And hold.
The wave pool, oh my stars and heavens.
1,
Well,
3.
we're not supposed to be fraternizing with the customers, the park goers. That's the first thing. It's important to have boundaries, or else the customers will try to get away with every little thing.
You've got mail.
From
You've got
corn
mail.
dogs on the water slide to putting their
You've
bits and
got mail.
pieces in the jellyfish tank. And then there's the fact
Sorry,
that
come
Manny the
time.
manatee should never be seen out of
Look into the
costume.
silhouette.
That's the second thing.
Comforted by the
It
light.
scares
There's
the
always
little
the same blue
children,
sky above.
seeing a bright
There
pink
will
human
always
man
emerge
wearing
again.
nothing but swim trunks and a
Imagine the
manatee
clouds gently
mascot
rolling
head.
across the wide expanse
It's
of blue.
unnatural.
Take your time.
And then,
There's
of
no
course,
rush.
there's the
You're supposed to be
privacy.
here, but right here,
That's
right
the
now.
third thing.
But
Take a moment
first,
now, just sitting in this place.
when it comes to looking out for your future, do you know who to trust? Invest in
You've
your
got mail.
tomorrow
You've got
today
mail.
with Chipco County Bank and Loan.
hold.
With Chipco County Bank and Loan, you can rest assured your money is working as hard as you are using the power of state-certified psychic
What
accountants.
does peace sound like to you?
Astrological accounting harnesses the power of the planets to grow
Listen to it
your
carefully.
wealth astronomically.
Beautiful.
Open an account today and receive a complimentary framed birth chart. Aries in your second house, Pisces in your eighth. It's no matter. With Chippewa County Bank and Loan, even Gemini placements can look forward to financial security. And if you use code KILLER50 within 30 days, you can receive an extra $50 cash bonus just for signing up. Chippewa County Bank and Loan. We'll have you seeing stars. And now, back to the case.
The prophecy, as everyone knows, foretells the return of a creature known only as the anomaly. Its name cannot be uttered by human tongues, and human minds cannot conceive of its form. And the anomaly starves for the flesh of non-believers. Every 130 years, like clockwork, it returns to feed. Like, even little kids know this, right? What happens is, you go into the wave pool, you hold onto your boogie board, you hear the murmurs, and you heed those dang murmurs, Miss Ma'am. I'll tell you that much. You heed the dang on
If your eyes have been
murmurs.
closed, you can now begin to open them slowly, returning to the
Well,
world
sure.
face.
Yeah, I knew about the prophecy. But you've got to keep in mind, hundreds, if not tens of people go into that wave pool, and most of them come out totally fine. So, I guess, I thought I'd be okay. And then I got stuck in the pool drain.
Thank you for joining me today.
Well, I
Seeking
mean,
peace in
just
times of chaos.
part of it.
Remember that you can return to
And
this
it was
meditation.
none other than Mirabel Diaz who saved Jared from developing the same pelvic vestige as his beloved Sapiens.
Your support is
She dove right in and pulled me out by the manatee
Until
head.
next time, have a peaceful day.
Everyone else just stood by the edge of the pool yelling, "Prophecy! Prophecy!" And
Welcome
Mirabel
to today's
acted.
guided meditation session.
She did
I'm
something.
so glad you're here.
She saved my life.
For the next 20 minutes,
Back to
it's guiding you
Jessa
towards
Lynn.
seeking peace in times of chaos.
They said
I
he
invite you
came
to
out
find
of
a
that
comfortable
pool
position,
drain
be it
with
in
a
a chair,
pop.
on the floor, or on a cushion.
Like that.
Be sure to sit up
And
straight.
I mean,
Your arms resting
look,
comfortably
was
on
it a
your
good
lap.
thing
Your
he
arms
didn't
facing down.
drown Dingle first
If
in
you're
that
seated in a
cursed
chair, I
wave
invite you
pool
to
to
place both
feed the
feet firmly on the
insatiable,
ground.
horrible force that
If you're seated on
rules
the floor,
over a
or on a
universe
cushion,
of
I
dying
encourage you to position
plants?
yourself in such a way that you
Yes.
feel fully grounded and supported.
And also,
I'll give you a few
no,
more seconds to find a position that's right
because
for
the
you.
anomaly will always get what it wants.
Ready? Let's begin.
Always.
You can
From
close your
that
eyes,
point
or
on,
just let your vision
Jared
gradually
and
soften.
Mirabel were
Whichever is
said
best
to
for
be
you.
inseparable.
Let's start by focusing
The
on our
beautiful
breath.
mermaid
Now,
always
there may be other
followed
things.
closely by the familiar scent of sweat-infused foam.
Pets.
At first, it
Keyboards
was just really that I was
Footsteps down the
grateful.
hall.
I mean,
Hydraulic glasses.
Mirabel wasn't ever
You've
exactly
got
nice to
mail.
me before that. She'd never so much as looked in my
Your
direction.
attention away.
Mermaids and mascots, they don't really mix,
You've
you
got
know?
mail.
So I sort of helped her around quite a bit, just as a thank you. I'd wheel her around when she had her tail on. Steal snacks for her sometimes.
Now hold
She
your breath
loved
for the
funs. Sometimes we'd play a game where she pretended to be like a seal or something, and I
Next,
tossed
release your breath
funyuns
from
into
your
her
mouth. An
mouth.
audible sign for 6
Although
counts.
I wanted to be the seal. She said no, she was the seal, and I couldn't have any
You've
funyuns.
got mail.
But mostly we got along surprisingly great. I even drew a picture.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jared begins to sob.
Corner,
As I give him a moment
corner,
to compose himself, I think about the impact Mirabel
Corner
Diaz had
hit.
on such a nanosized
Corner
town as
hit.
Mystic Bay.
Amid the chaos.
What is a girl to a town? What value
Corner
does she
hit.
have beyond her first
Corner
runner-up
hit.
sash?
Corner
And her
hit.
radiant
Corner
smile
hit.
and
Corner
green
hit.
Blue mermaid take.
Corner hit.
She was a pretty face.
Left corner hit.
Perhaps not
Corner
the
hit.
wrist sharps. To Jessa Lynn, she was a rival.
And just quietly
A
bring
wave
focus.
built
Corner,
down
corner hit.
and to Jared, she was
Corner
Percy,
hit.
her
Corner
top
hit.
muse,
Upgrade. Purchase. Upgrade. Purchase. Upgrade. Purchase.
Jared wipes away his
Corner
tears with the
hit.
back of one
To
hand
picture a string
and
that runs from
continues.
Corner,
She
corner,
said the town was
corner,
super good.
corner
I think she
hit.
even laughed at
moving
me.
your awareness down.
Corner hit. Upgrade. Corner
But when I
hit.
went to clear out her locker,
Corner hit.
on the slide, I saw
Feel free
it.
to adjust your position as
There it
needed.
was.
Anytime.
Tape
throughout the
Corner,
day.
corner hit. Corner hit.
Simply take
And
note.
that
Corner,
is
corner hit.
There's no need to try.
That's when I
Corner
decided
hit.
I
Corner
found
hit.
myself.
Corner hit. Corner hit.
Dugong detective,
Corner
with
hit.
Sirenian sleuth, a manatee.
Corner, corner hit.
I was solved for murder if it was the last thing I could do.
Corner hit.
as it turned out,
Corner, corner
Jared
hit.
was adept at uncovering
Corner,
clues
corner
and
hit.
the lies.
Level up.
But first,
Now, loosening the jaw.
Corner hit. Corner hit.
You tend to
Are
hold
you
tension.
bored at home?
Corner hit.
Got away? Don't worry,
Corner
because
hit.
neal.fun has a
Corner hit.
with dozens of
Corner
games to choose
hit.
from.
Corner
neal.fun
hit.
is the internet's one-stop shop for
Corner
entertainment,
corner
and
hit.
You've got mail.
1 hour a day of
Corner
neal.fun usage
corner
has been
hit.
shown to cure boredom,
Corner
loss,
hit.
and death itself in
Corner
laboratories. That's
hit.
right. Just 1 hour of neal.fun usage has been
belly
shown to
melts.
stop
Corner
overtime
hit.
and prevent
Corner
aging.
hit.
Best of all, it's completely
Corner
free
hit.
and accessible right from your browser.
Upgrade.
No downloads
Purchase.
required.
Corner
Ask
hit.
your parents for
Corner
permission
hit.
to log on
Hit.
today.
The ankles.
Corner hit.
Upgrade.
Purchase. Corner hit.
3
Upgrade.
hours after,
Purchase.
maybe 4.
Corner hit. Corner hit. Corner hit. Corner hit. Purchase. Corner hit.
Exploded like a pinata, they say. They got a
Corner
rig around
hit.
here, actually.
Corner hit.
One of
Corner
the
hit. Corner hit. Corner hit.
Corner
Corner hit.
Ask me if I knew anything about
Level
If
up.
I knew anything about the slide.
You've got
Corner
mail.
hit. Corner hit. Corner hit. Corner hit.
Real small. Everyone knows about it. It's the sickest slide in the whole park. Central Southeastern Florida. Shoots straight down to the shark. 4 people on it every year.
You've got mail.
Go down the slide and they never come out. Lost screaming tourists. Slide like an organ. Mirabelle was launched
You've got mail.
You know, Mirabelle actually lost her cousin Rocky and Alex this last year. Florida-style pizza. Spray cheese everywhere. Hollering something dumb. Cowabunga Now, mind you, I'm just quoting him because I believe in accuracy. I never really talk like that. Anyway, so Ron is
You've got
in a
mail.
mega sort of way, and yelling all sorts of colorful language, and then you never saw him again. Like I said,
You've got mail.
no
Mirabelle Diaz inside the mouth. Jared had to
Take the crime scene. The face off the That's when I saw it. I found we can observe Mirabelle only ever wore
Corner hit.
Kill her.
Corner hit. Corner hit. Corner hit. Corner hit. Corner hit.
100 pounds soaking wet.
Corner hit. Corner hit.
Carry her
Corner hit.
Jesselyn or anyone for that matter, Mirabel Diaz into the jaws of the giant male dog. As it turns out, produced an interesting
Jesselyn didn't put her there.
You've got
I've
mail.
drawn enough muscular You guessed it. And I know this is not only possible, but probable because I found something else in the shark's mouth. Squid. As in, maybe the orcas have enough of humans stuffing them into tanks and making them
Corner hit.